The thing that we forget about his entire platform was that the starting context of the conversation was women who essentially said that a good 80 to 90% of men didn't qualify for them. These weren't just average women who were looking for average men or just a nice, comfortable, average life. No, these are women who were specifically wanting top tier, high earning, attractive men with social status, with connections, with resources, retirement, IRAs, 401ks, all that. So the context of the conversation is basically women saying, hey, most men don't qualify for me. That is the starting conversation. So women are making it seem like he's just going out and just, was making fun of all these women and just saying all these disparaging things. And it's like, that's not true. This conversation wasn't about an average woman trying to find an average man and just live a nice, happy life. It wasn't that. It was women who wanted the best man, the most competitive men out there. So if a woman comes in and says, oh, I am basically better than 95% of men in the human population, if that's essentially what she's saying, then him going and just giving an accurate assessment is not misogynoir, it's not disrespectful. It's him being practical. And so that's what I feel like a lot of people took what he said out of context. They didn't understand where he was coming from, and they completely overlooked the context of the conversation. Context is everything.
If you haven't noticed, the women of the world, they're calling on a different man now. Not the little boy who leads from ego. Not the little boys who collapse and who hide and who dismiss the work they're supposed to do in order to be the king that their world is calling on. And definitely not the boys who try to control and dictate and who think they're above the women. Women have proven that they not only can survive, but they can thrive in this world without a man. And now more than ever, they're looking for a man that they can feel safe with and just be able to know that they can trust their lead and their direction and honor everything that she's built and that she can do by herself, and to know that she doesn't have to carry it all alone anymore. And that kind of man doesn't just create safety for her. That's a man who creates safety for everybody that he's around. And this is the man that the women of the world are now calling on. Let's rise up and give the feminine energy what they are craving to receive from us.
I keep saying I don't think men should be in charge anymore because they've been in charge this whole time. And look, it's just a bunch of wars, the destruction of the environment, a dependence on a finite resource, a lot of which we get from the most volatile region in the world that we keep purposefully volatile so that we can control the oil trade, but also sell weapons. And it all benefits a small handful of people while everyone else suffers. And when I say I think women should be in charge now, people say, well, what about Liz Truss or Margaret Thatcher? And I just think if you can name all the bad women who have led, we haven't had enough bad women leaders yet. Because there's been so many bad men, I cannot name them all. I'll take your Liz Truss and I'll raise you a Trump, a Netanyahu, a Maduro, a Khomeini, a Kim Jong-un. And those are just current people. There's been so many bad men that you can't remember all the bad men. There's been mediocre men. There's been some okay ones. There's been a lot that have just played out the status quo. There has been maniacs who have responsible for the deaths of millions who we inexplicably have statues of, yet we still are hesitant to put women in charge. Oh, what about Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem? They're still doing a man's agenda. So I just think get all the men out and let women do it for a while. And maybe it will be better. Or maybe we'll mess it up in our own spectacular but probably better smelling way. And I think that's fair.
I have a quick message for the men who think that women do not want authenticity and only want a rich, hot man. That's not true. That's just not true. That's definitely a limiting belief inside yourself that you are holding on to. Maybe from experiences, but there's definitely things that you could probably change not related to your physical attributes that would help you in those situations. Because if that's how you're feeling, like if you feel like women don't want anything real, you're stuck behind the starting line. You're not even stepping foot across that starting line because you're already got these negative, wrong beliefs about women. Positivity is going to take you farther than you think. Negativity is going to hold you back. I'm sure you can look around and find a couple that you do not find attractive, or that you would say are even ugly, right? But there's couples out there like that. There's tons of people that you don't find attractive that are coupled up, you know? And there's hot people that are single. So if it's all about just looks and not authenticity, all the hot people would be coupled up and all the ugly people would be single. And that's just not how it works. That's just not how it works. So it's definitely an internal limiting belief of yours that you could work on. You definitely could. And it's not about working out. It's more about your internal thought process and how you see yourself and how you see women, probably.
You know, a lot of these modern women are saying that a lot of men are emotionally unavailable now, right? But I don't think I feel like you have to look at it, you know, from different angles, right? Because you're saying that men are emotionally unavailable, but maybe we can say emotionally pulling back, emotionally cautious, emotionally reserved, in the sense that I'm looking and I'm seeing, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to expend my emotional energy on what it looks like is about to happen.
Why is it so many hoes now? Like literal hoes. Like so many girls got OnlyFans or just selling across Instagram. Like when did we become so comfortable with these? When did we become so comfortable with modernizing that we start allowing them to call themselves content creators? When did this all become okay? Like, and then these hoes don't even think that they hoes. They don't even think that they, to the point that they looking down on like they're any different, you feel me? When the actual might quite literally be better, because at least they are honest and they are aware about what they're doing. Like, it's so bad now. You look at a hoe now, like, is that why you said she'll look at you like, shit, you don't. Like,
society has tricked us women so bad into thinking that posting your body online is confidence, and that you sleeping around with whoever you feel like it is you owning your sexuality. But really all you doing is adding more demons, more spirits to your body. A lot of y'all think that this whole culture makes you powerful. It don't make you powerful, it makes you disposable. You think these men gonna respect you acting like that? No. They laughing at you, they talking about you. Protect your spirit, protect your body, and stop letting the world sell you counterfeit empowerment.
Outside is only dangerous because of men, which is true. Statistics, men.
But that isn't true. Let's get to the root cause of things. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects and you don't go to the cause. So the root of it is that without a man and you were just here, you would have been eaten by a lion, a tiger, and bear. And guess what? If the lions and tigers and bears didn't get you, you wouldn't have the ability to gather enough calories for you to last. Because a woman can't manipulate the world how a man can. So let me explain to you how a world would operate with only women and only men. When men get together, we know, oh, he's stronger here. He has this skill here. He got this. Let the best person work this skill. And that creates a hierarchy from top down. When a woman get together, what you think about, you're all emotional. So you're tiptoeing all the time. And you're looking at the sensitivity levels in this woman and that woman because you know that you are sensitive. So what you do is you start looking at everything in an egalitarian sense to equalize everything. You get two, you get two, you get two, you get two. The men don't operate like that. Did you do enough to get two? If you ain't do enough, you're not getting two. You get zero. Put in that work and then you get that. This is why on the Survival series, men, they was cleaning water fast, building fires fast because they created that hierarchy. They put the best person in position first. The women, they was trying to do everything equal and by committee. So they couldn't create any order and any structure. The world wouldn't be safer without men. Nature more people than any wars and anything you could never imagine. And men, we built infrastructure to protect the woman from nature.
The male translation of I'm not ready for a relationship I'm never going to make you my girlfriend or pursue a serious, long-term, sustainable relationship with you. I enjoy using you for my satisfaction and only coming in and out of your life when it's convenient for me. This situation makes me very, very happy because I don't have to put in any of the real effort required to be in a real relationship, but you still treat me like you would a boyfriend, and I still get your loyalty. That's so amazing. I am not ready right now, nor will I ever be, to put in more effort to get the same result, which is you treating it like a relationship. That's all I need, and that's all I want. I'm not ready to commit to you and actually have to be consistent with you, even when it's inconvenient for me. Like, don't be silly. I don't find you interesting or desirable enough to be in a serious relationship with you. Actually, majority of the reason I even spend time with you is because you have no boundaries, you have absolutely no standards, and no matter what I do, you will always forgive me. So it's a win-win for me, all ways around. But at least when I say it like this, you feel like eventually at some point in the near future, things might change, even though they won't. But the point is you feel like they might, which will keep you around long enough for me to continue using you, which is great.
You know, a lot of these modern women, what they don't understand is because they're going to continue to ask, how come good men don't talk to them? How come good men don't give them the time of day? Is because y'all continue to try to make men compete, and they've already proven themselves. A lot of these guys that you have in the friend zone, they've already proven themselves many times over, but you still got them out here. Oh, well, you know, what you did last week didn't count. What you did 3 months ago didn't count. You know, I've got a new roster, you guys. Just keep on competing and maybe somebody would win. Lucky me. No, you're not that special.
Women are going crazy, guys, because they can't figure out why you're not going up to them anymore. Guys' eyes are wide open now, right? They're wide open. And they're starting to say, well, you know what? I used to think it was worth it for me to just put myself out there all the time because, you know, I wanted to take a girl out. But now I'm realizing you got the gold diggers, you got the women who want the free meal, you got the women who expect me to do everything, but in return want to do nothing. You got women who are saying, what do you bring to the table? But when you ask them, they get insulted. You got women who don't, you can't even talk. You talk about, you know, oh, yeah, you had 400 boyfriends before and you slept with all of them. You know, they get defensive. Maybe I just don't need to pursue women right now at all. That's what's happening. And I'm not saying that's good, by the way, because ultimately I'm someone who believes in, you know, men and women complementing each other when men are in their masculine and women are in their feminine and coming together and making a big, beautiful family. But this is the reality that's happening right now. And I understand why. Guys have had enough. So ladies, you want it to change. Instead of making a stupid TikTok video and complaining about it, act different. Act different. Look at your life and say, am I prioritizing stuff that guys don't give a lick about? And then complaining that they don't give a lick about me? Have some self-reflection in the game. Is my attitude? Did I make 4 TikTok videos, you know, ripping on a guy the other day that I went out with, and now other guys are looking at that saying, oh, I'm not not getting in line for this one. Self-reflect instead of about it. Oh, well, he doesn't want me because he doesn't appreciate a woman who makes a salary like blah, 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 blah.
I actually wanted to answer your question. You asked about body count, coming back to body count, which was the last prompt. And you said, why do men want a woman with a low body count? And the answer is because we're not equal. And again, this is going to always be the fallacy and the flaw with feminism, because you're going to be fighting for an equality that does not exist. I'm not saying better or worse. I'm saying we are different. Now, it depends on what you want intimacy for. If you want to be out there doing it with everybody, you absolutely have your right to do that. Please be loud and proud. We want to see you coming. The men love women like that to have fun with. However, when you talk about love, when you talk about marriage, when you talk about a committed relationship, most of us, when you get to your old age, usually you have 1, if you're lucky, like me, 2 great loves. You don't think about the string of casual that has been promoted and think of that like, man, I really got it all in. Most of us don't. You're free to do that if you want to, but I'm just saying, As we age, what's going to really matter is the relationships, the marriages, the families, the relationships that meant something, the intimacy that meant something. You can do as much as you want to with whoever you want to, but I do agree the way casual is promoted now, it is hurting us. It may be fun in the moment, but it's going to hurt us, and we're all going to pay the price for it.
Ladies, date 4 or 5 men at a time so you can find a man that can properly maintain you. Because these weak men are screaming, oh, it's too expensive to maintain a woman. Consistency is free. Loyalty is free. Opening doors and planning dates are free. Massaging shoulders and rubbing feet is free. Cooking meals are free. And ladies, real men aren't afraid of competition because they know when they step in, they set in the bar. These weak men believe dating equals. A real man don't want nothing too easy. These men want to jump in bed with you because they're the type to go to a car lot, test drive a car they want knowing they can't afford it. Ladies, a real man gonna pay attention to you. He don't know when you hurt, when you sad. He gonna show up for you, not even when you tell him, because he's watching you. He made it his duty to study you. These weak men don't even deserve to smell your panties. Date them all, 4 or 5 at a time, until you can find a man that shows up for you the way you need it. Stop settling. Children come from you. You birth nations. These weak men don't even stand a chance. Love yourself above all things. Date every single man that you have interest in until you find a man that can maintain you on all levels, financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that knows how to lead you, but also knows when to fall back and be led. A real man ain't afraid of putting his woman in position. Ladies, love yourselves, and men, you gotta do better. All praises.
Okay, how would you respond to this, and who's right, me or her? Somebody on my timeline posted this. The guy said, hey, love. She said, what up, though? And he said, what you on? She immediately took offense. She posted it on social media and said, hey, how would you respond to this? So I responded and said, I would soften up. And I would be like, my bad, babe. How are you? Because in my experience, dudes don't like to be talked to like from chicks that they kicking it with. So most of the comments were like mine. And she said, look, most dudes who not from Detroit appreciate a chick who like, what up, though? It was friend zone vibes. Like, once you say, what up, though? Like, you kind of talking to him like, that's my, like, not, that's my man, my man, my man. Now, she goes on to say that she's never been denied access to a man because she said, what up, though? But that's not really what I meant. So I don't feel like he denied her access. I feel like he was like, what tip you on? I have very much so had a man be like, who you talking to? When I didn't talk to him like he one of my homeboys. Is it a problem for men if women speak to them like they the homie? Now tell me, who do you agree with? Do you agree with her that his response wasn't warranted, or do you agree with me that her response may have come across a little friend zone-y, that's the homie vibey type deal?
A lot of these modern women really don't understand that men are seeing the same thing over and over again. When I date this woman, it don't really matter if you're black, white, Hispanic. Men are seeing the same thing. And quite frankly, you're seeing it across different continents. You're seeing it in Asia. You're seeing it in Australia. You're seeing it here in the US. You might be seeing it in Canada. You're seeing it in South America. It doesn't really matter. In certain sects and portions of wherever region you're in, there's a certain agenda that is being pushed where these modern women are acting a certain way. Men are seeing that and saying, oh, I know where this is about to go. I'm out.
Amber Rose was crashing out on Mook, but his drunk freestyle that he spit during an interview was top tier.
Was that women get on from Nick, right? You said that in your freestyle.
Yeah.
And you want to know why.
Not me. No.
But you said that in your freestyle.
No. What I said.
Can we replay it? Can we replay the freestyle?
Well, no, I could just say it.
Okay.
Here you go. You about to spit that junk.
I could just say it.
But I heard what you said. That's why I felt some type of way.
No, I said, we'll get all the views. Stupid new challenge. Whole lot of ignorant dudes on the news wilding. Chicks booked for 2,000. Post the new styling. Think about it. Having no talent, that's the new talent. I saw a chick on red carpet. I said, tell me what you do. She said, I'm pretty, pairs clean, belly button too. I twerk for the gram. My videos get a bunch of views. That's very cool. But tell me what you do. It's disgusting. They say hoes women.
But why? Why is it
That shit was hard, I
disgusting?
ain't gonna
Because
lie.
you're a hater. Men are haters that women make money and go get booked for $2,000 because they're f***ing pretty.
No.
Don't hate the bitch, hate the consumer.
How was he
Am I
hating, though?
wrong?
Still going.
But he's saying it from an observatory.
Yeah,
But you're
angle.
observing a bitch making money because
right, so you
she's
ready for
pretty
this?
and
Hold on,
I just wanted to hear the rest of the freestyle.
A lot of times they'll treat their man like a utility.
Yep.
He coming in, he's paying for everything, he's taking out the trash, he's taking care of me, he's buying me this, he's taking me here, he's doing this, he's doing that. And as long as I'm not cheating on him, then I'm a great woman to him. But you don't realize how many of those areas that you are neglecting. I think with men, when we younger, a lot of times, it be just like Smooth just said, we talking about grown people and grown relationships with grown risk tied to it. I think a lot of the motivation for men is that we just don't feel seen. Like, we feel neglected. We don't feel heard. A lot of women get so caught up in what they got going, and because they so used to us just facilitating it all and standing back and letting them shine and do your thing, and hey, I'm here for you. I'm paying for this for you. I'm paying for this for your family. I'm doing this. I'm making things go behind the scenes, and you just out there doing what you want to do. Whether it's chasing your passion,
excelling, right? You excelling.
Excelling. You working. You chasing whatever side business you got going on. You doing this. You doing that. And then this man is a rock the whole time.
Because you got a good man behind.
You got a good man, but you don't realize how much you neglecting that man in the process of doing that. And it ain't just. It's attention. It's intimacy. It's making that man feel like we are on the same team here. Not like I'm a utility that you pull out of the drawer whenever you need me to take care of something and then put me back in when I'm done doing it.
Ladies, you really want a high value man? Really? Is that what you want? Listen to me for a second. Do you have any clue what that entails? It may sound good in theory, but from what I've seen, everyone that has said, I want a high value man, when you get one, you don't want it. Because it's hard. It takes a specific type of woman for that. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not going to be easy. He's going to put you in your place, hold you accountable. Why? Because he cares about you, not just being with you. And a high value man's not going to tell you, I love you all the time. He's going to show you by doing things, making sure you've eaten for the day, enough, making sure you slept enough, making sure you drank enough water, enough to survive. He's going to do things to benefit your financial future together. And he's going to know you're the one for him so much that he's going to work his you-know-what off, knowing in his head that he's doing it to better both of your lives. He's not out there cheating. Doesn't have time for that. Doesn't even care enough for that. Because at the end of the day, all a high-value man wants is a high-value woman that knows what she has when she has it. So if you have a high-value man, I don't care where you are in your life, don't let him go. Because you may not ever get that chance again. Don't say I didn't warn you.
A lot of these modern women are feeling that men are not really investing. They're not engaged. The experience, the meeting, us being here on the date, it kind of feels flat, right? And while I understand, if you come out there, you should probably try to put your best foot forward, right? But you have to understand, men are reading you. They're watching you, and they're saying, oh, here we go. Like, you say something, and the man is like, because y'all think y'all are the only ones that do that. And the man is saying, oh, here we go again. He hears a certain thing, or he sees a certain thing, sees a look, maybe you're wearing something, and you're like, oh, here we go again. It's going to be a long night.
A lot of y'all women want to be men until you put in the full-time position of a man. One thing you have to understand about being a man, baby, is that nobody gives a about you. Nobody cares about how you feel. And a lot of y'all women are too entitled. Y'all are too entitled. Y'all want the world to care about y'all. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But as a man, you don't get that grace. You don't get to be a woman that acts like a man but gets the benefits of being a woman. Once you cross over in that threshold and you call yourself a masculine woman and you want to act like a man, baby, you get the benefits of being a man. And the benefits of being a man is you get to work yourself to and you don't get no credit for you get blamed for everything. Everybody needs you when you're up, and when you're down, don't nobody give a about you. That is what it is to be a man. And to be real with you, the good men have it the worst because they get used to up. They get used and disposed of and ridiculed. The best men have the worst baby mamas. Worst baby mamas, man. You know what I mean? They get slutted out and dogged out. And it ain't a thing of, oh, he chose her. Nah. Women are just mean-spirited, dog. Most women are rude as mean, inconsiderate, and selfish. You find a good thing when you find a woman that is a good person. Not even a good woman, but a good person. A woman who is a genuinely good human being. Most women, especially the beautiful ones, they're horrible. They are absolutely horrible, bro. They are little pretty narcissists. Them women don't be giving a fuck about anything but themselves, dog. They be in competition or secret competition with every other pretty woman just because they're pretty. Crazy, bro. Crazy.
So several years ago, I had a housewarming / birthday party event. I sent out the gift registry, and closer to the day of the party, I realized that people were not purchasing things off the gift registry, so I was getting annoyed. I tell one of my friends situationship at the time, I said, I'm really gonna be annoyed if people really show up empty-handed to this doubleheader event when all the food, drinks, etc. were provided for you. Like, how are you raised? Are you okay? So I told him that in passing. We get to the day of the event. He takes me out to his car, and he was like, I don't wanna see you annoyed. Purchased everything on my gift registry. A standard. I mentioned it once. And he took immediate action. A standard. Second situation that I can think of. I had COVID. He calls me. He was like, hey, do you want to hang out today? I said, no, sorry, I have COVID. I'm going to be at the apartment. He was like, okay, are you going to be there all day? I said, yes. And he was like, okay, I feel better. Within the hour, he dropped off a get well soon basket. Didn't even say anything. I just got a notification from the doorman, and he was already well on his way. I call him, and he was just like, yeah, I was just thinking of you. I hope that you feel better. And that was it. And you want me to settle?
So if he was so great, why you not with him? It's so funny when women share these stories of these amazing or rich guys that they've experienced, but they are never with them currently though. I mean, he sound like a swell to me. He bought the whole registry, dropped off a care package when you were sick, handled everything without being asked. But he's just a story now. See, women love using these highlight reels from men who either never claimed them or from men that they never liked. A lot of y'all treat these moments like test drives. You like how it feels, but you never choose the man that actually made you feel that way. Then you hold the next man to a bar set by somebody that you left behind. Think about that. If he wasn't good enough to be with, but he's good enough to become the standard, I don't make the rules. I just play the game. It's a dirty game. Stay focused though.
Why you would rather be trapped with a bear?
I would choose a bear because more often than not, if I'm not a threat to the bear, if I'm not like safe, it's like not a mama bear that's trying to protect her cub, then more than likely they're not gonna bother me. Like,
where you getting this information from?
I actually read a lot. I follow a lot of nature pages and like that. So as long as you look just as threatening to them, they'll leave you alone. And then after that, I'll go about my business. I don't trust men as much as I might trust an animal. Like animals, for the most part, they really do steer clear of us. A man, like he could be on anything. He could be tweaking in his head. I don't know what he's going through in his life. He might try to snatch me up when he.
What if the bear is fucked up too? What if the bear got like some severe trauma? Like they just gonna attack anybody?
I'll take that chance with a bear. I like animals. I don't.
You'd rather be attacked by a bear?
I've had experience with men already.
So wait. So let me ask you a question, right? Who you think you got a better chance fighting?
All right. See, now this is where y'all got me up because it was a very blanket statement, a very black and white question. Now y'all putting stipulations and extra.
All right, but you.
I've been like driving on a regular street with the sidewalks and everything, and there's a bear right there, and there's also a random crazy man right there too. And sometimes the crazy man might do something. You know, it's never really been like the bear does something. It's more so a fact
unprovoked, right?
Yeah, it's more so a fact of I'm angry, so I'm gonna attack them. I don't like this about them, so I'm gonna attack them.
I'm not a Yogi Bear specialist or anything like that, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I've seen countless videos where you have to stand still and not react when a bear is even on you, touching you. You have to stand like a statue, and even if he presses up on you, you can't run.
Why are we pretending like these aren't still wild animals? Yeah. They both.
You went to worst case scenario when it came to the man, but not the bear.
But realistically, people are in the forest all the time.
The man could just be as lost as you are, and just like you say, humans are more intellectual, so I can figure out a way to get out the woods.
I'm trying to figure out why y'all trying to make us change how we. Not make us, but y'all asked us a question, we answered. Y'all about
prefer men. I want to know why. Man, I want to be in a man. I just want to bump buddy.
You know how people always say, like, oh, I should have bought a house, like, in 2008 when I was, like, 12 years old and blah, 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 blah. That's how I'm starting to feel about dating. Like, I should have found my husband when I was, like, 10 before that they were, like, horrible human beings and life was awful. Because dating in your late 20s is, like, honestly the most painful thing. And nobody prepared me for it. There's also a pandemic of, like, 5'9", 5'8", 5'7" men that are really attractive. And then I look at the height and I'm sorry in advance for this, but I just can't. Sorry, not happening for me. To women who can do that, great for you, good for you. I'm not one of those.
Guys, this is exactly why I say just keep her talking, let her rant, because she will always tell on herself. And obviously she had a lot more to say, but full stop, this is the issue. We came to it, right? The average height of a man is 5'9". But women continue to be so out of touch about this particular topic when dating. They do not understand that they can't potentially have it all. They can't have the man that's over 6 foot and then has all of these other qualities that they demand, especially when they themselves are not in the top 1% of women. I know that's going to ruffle so many feathers, but this is the reality that so many women do not face. And then they end up in this cycle of dating casually where they are dating men that truly don't like them that much. And they don't end up getting treated the best way, which gives them a very negative attitude towards men. And then it continues to cycle into their 30s. And then it pulls some women out of it. And they realize that they really need to just focus on the things that actually matter, which might not be height. But not every woman makes it out. And those are the ones that are at most risk for remaining single for the rest of their lives. So pick one, ladies. Which one do you want to be?
Why the would you ever want to get married as a man in 2026?
You don't have to.
Imagine being so desperate to hold on to a woman. You get on one knee and put a ring on her finger. You spend money on a wedding and money on that ring just for her to take half of your. Let's think about this logically. 60% of marriages end in divorce.
Oh, that's a new stat. I've never heard that before.
That she might take all of your. Because let me tell you, if she's willing to disrespect you to the point where she takes you to court, she's going to come after every last penny. Do not expect mercy. I want you to think about this. If there was a property that you wanted to invest in, and there was a 60% chance that it would go to zero, zilch, nothing, would you ever invest in that property? No, you.
Taking advice from a young kid who doesn't even know how to wipe his ass is pretty idiotic. But let me break this video down. Couple things. One, this is a product of the manosphere. That whole red pill that you've seen on social media. These guys, if you notice every bullet point he said, it wasn't an original take or original thought. These are memes that you've been hearing on viral videos for the past 10 years. So again, not an original thought whatsoever is coming from him. And two, he's exploiting young men. And that's one thing I cannot stand. What pisses me off about this whole manosphere is that there actually is a lot of young men who need guidance. They grew up with no father figure possibly, and they need help, especially when they're heartbroken. And these exploiters come in, tell them, you're the victim. It's women that are at fault, not you. And now you've molded a young man at a very young, impressionable age to think, I'm the victim. It's women's fault, not mine. And now he's never going to take accountability. See, what these guys are doing is they're validating your pain and not giving you knowledge. They want you to stay as this bitter, lonely guy so they can continue to exploit your pain by you subscribing to them and watching their videos and getting that reassurance that, yeah, it's not my fault. It's women's. They're taking advantage of you. And the sad reality is I know many guys who actually follow those Manosphere podcasts, and not one of them is in a healthy relationship or marriage. They're all bitter and they're all alone. Don't be an idiot.
You know, you have a lot of steady guys, a lot of regular guys, a lot of average guys out here that are continuing to get overlooked because you would prefer, and it's like I talked about in some other commentary, you want a guy that's chaotic, that's up and down. You want a guy that, and you know, I'm laughing about it, but I'm not really joking. You want a guy to beat you upside the head, a guy that you got to run out the house 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, run down the street, beat down your neighbor's door. That's the type of guy that you got to call the freaking police to get that man about it. They got to take that man to jail. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. And that's the type of stuff these modern women want.